Hey guys, I am so happy to be back doing Mora Knife Monday. I am glad you can join me, and let's get right into it. Today we are going to feature a popular Mora knife, which is the Mora Bushcraft Black. This is a model when it came out that Mora Knife went ahead and did some additions to it to make it more bushcraft friendly of a knife, hence the name Bushcraft Black. So to start off with, it has a rubberized handle, and you can kind of see how it's contoured there. Has a little bit of a hint of a finger guard. The blade comes blued, so that's not a weird coating that you're looking at like some other knife companies put on theirs. It's a bluing of the blade. And what that's for is to protect the high carbon steel. It's 1095 high carbon steel, my favorite type of steel. That bluing is on there to add for protection against rust. So that was a very good addition that Mora Knife did. Also, it has a 90-degree spine. The only Mora knife that I know that comes with a fully grounded down spine to 90 degrees. Very sharp, and it's able to strike a ferro rod and scrape wood, scrape your fat wood, make fine shavings. So the specs on it is the blade length is about 4.3 inches, I want to say, and the total length is about 9.1 inches. So roughly a 4-inch blade, 9-inch total. The weight, I think, with the sheath, it was listed at about 5.7 ounces, I believe. And you can feel it. It's a little bit heavier than the other Mora knives, especially the Mora Classic series, the Mora Classic 1 and Classic 2. Now it comes with this sheath right here. So it's almost a standard Mora sheath, which once again, guys, I have no problem with the standard Mora sheaths. It just comes with this. It's a movable belt loop. So it's a little bit of an upgrade. You get a little bit of an upgrade for your money when you're spending, because this Mora Bushcraft Black is a little bit more expensive than the other models. So you get a little bit of an addition here with the movable belt loop on the plastic sheath, hard plastic sheath. Couple sheaths that I use. This one is a leather sheath from the Pathfinder store. A brown leather sheath, and fits right in there. It's not going anywhere on you. Then I have the Wilderness Kydex Mora Bushcraft Black sheath. This is the one made for me by my friend Joey at Wilderness Kydex. This is my favorite one because I do wear it as a neck knife. So as you can see there, even though it's a little bit heavier, I still enjoy wearing it as a neck knife. So this is my carry for the Bushcraft Black. So what I'm going to do, guys, we're going to start by setting up our shelter. So I'm going to make some tent stakes. We're going to test this thing out, put it through its paces, and we'll be right back with you. Okay, guys, I've just grabbed 4 little sticks here. They're nothing that big because we're not setting up a shelter for overnight or anything like that. Just a few hours today during my little day hike. So let's check out the carving ability here of the Bushcraft Black. Now you guys can see it's a Scandi grind, so that's biting right in. Scandis love to do this kind of stuff here. Let's make quick work of this here. And then on this end, Just clean up our 7 notch here a little bit. And then up here, I just like to round it off so when we pound it in, it doesn't really come apart on us. So not too bad. It's not the hardest task for a knife, but it's definitely one that you want it to be able to do so you don't have to remember and bring tent stakes. And you could always have them ready to go, no matter what the situation may be. You're always ready to make a tent stake. Let's see, right about there. Coming up a little higher on the blade here, guys. Test that out a little bit. Okay guys, I'm going to make 2 more of these, then we'll get this all set up and I'll be right back with you. Okay guys, what we did here is we carved 1 pot hook. As you can see there, we got this stick with the hook on it, and we got 1 pot hook here, which I carved with our Bushcraft black, but my battery died. So all we'll do now is let's make 1 more up a little bit higher, so we can raise it up off the fire if we need to. So this one will make let's say, so if that's there, make it right about here. So as I was saying before the battery died there, guys, I'll have to re-watch it and see how much you got. But one of the reasons I'm not a big knife fan is for this task right here, actually. Making a pot hook is one of my favorite things to do. And if a knife doesn't make a pot hook really well, I question the value of that knife, at least to me, the value to me. I need knives to do carving. That's why I like the Mora Classics so much. Classic number 1 and Classic number 2, because they're excellent carvers. They're very thin profile. They have the Scandi grind. And I love them. And this Bushcraft black isn't too bad, but I can definitely feel the bulk on it. It's not the same carver that the Mora Classics are, or even the Mora Companion MG. But it's not doing too bad of a job. Sorry guys, I keep bumping out of camera here. The main thing I like to do, and I like for a knife to do, is to score underneath of our hook there. And that's how I judge a knife. I know there's other reasons, other things I should use to judge it. But when it comes to a knife, that's my judge of character there. Is how does it underscore on a pot hook? Alright, I think that should be good. There's the higher level for us, and then if we need to drop it down close to the fire, there we go. So speaking of which guys, let's get a fire going here. Okay guys, so preparation is the key. Here we have on this side my pencil lead size sticks. Those are what's going to get the fire going. Right here in the middle, pencil sized, and over here we have a few thumb sized, and then after that moving up to maybe wrist size. We're only making a cooking fire. We don't have to have anything that big, so this is our preparation the way it stands now. So how I'm going to start it is my friend Joel from, I believe his channel is called Great Outdoor Adventures. He's a great guy. I know him from Facebook, and he has nothing but the nicest things to say to me. He's one of the most positive guys I know, and I like him a lot. Well, he issued a challenge for a tinder bundle and a ferro rod fire. So he said over the 4th of July, go ahead and start a fire with a tinder bundle and a ferro rod. So we're going to do that. My prep as far as the fire itself goes is we have a platform of bark there, and then we have a brace right behind it, that branch you see. I'm going to go ahead and set up my bird's nest right here. I always carry one of these with me, guys. It's just this plastic bag. I've had the same one for a while, and when I'm in the woods, I grab tinder material, stuff that I can make a tinder bundle with, and birch bark and things like that. I'm always filling this up. I always keep this on my side in the woods. And then by the time you get to it, if it's a little bit damp when you got it, it's dried out, and it works great. So I'm going to grab some of this old man's beard and stalks that are in there. Just this textured material. And now we don't have to make it really fine because we are going to be using a ferro rod. We're not using flint and steel, so it can be a little more forgiving. but you still want a good bird's nest, literally to look like a bird's nest. And then I have some of this bark in here, the inner bark. I'm not sure what it's from. I found it on the trail with Ember. I'm going to break that up in the center. So far that's looking good. And just for the fun of it, let's throw in some birch bark. Sorry guys, I'm really having some battery issues here today. But here's our tinder bundle. I have some birch bark down in there. I have all different types of shavings. It's just collected just on the way. So let's see what we can do. Ferro rod from Nathan. Bushcraft Black. And there we go, guys. So if you guys can, check out Joel's channel. If it's not Great Outdoor Adventures, I will put the correct title down below here.